Welcome to Painting for Fun with Smitty. Ardell Smith is a nationally known painter-teacher. His listing in the 1983 edition of Who's Who in California was the result of his students having created more than 50,000 paintings. Now with this videotape series, he brings you instruction on how to create a variety of seascapes, landscapes, and still life paintings. Over the next few minutes, Smitty will share some of his amazing techniques. Try them yourself. You'll be surprised at how quickly you too will be painting for fun with Smitty.
I'd like to give you a little paint mixing exercise before you get into your picture. All three colors, red, yellow, and blue, make the entire color of the rainbow. So everything is made of those particular colors. Now if we mix a little red and yellow, we get orange. If we mix red and blue, we get purple. And if we mix yellow and blue, we get green. And to see what the color really looks like, if you add a little white where you can't tell, such as the purple down here, is not very purple. The point that I'm trying to get you to do an exercise in is in mixing your colors. If you get a color you say has got too much blue in it and you'd rather it have a little more green, the idea is not to add more green, just to pick big. You would wind up getting a big pile of paint. The idea is if it's too blue, you negate the blue. You take the color out with orange, and that will turn it to gray. I'll mix a little more of it over here. So we have a little more orange. And if you put a little white with that, it'll give you a particular color. In this case, it turned out to be gray. That's what we want. Now, let's say the gray had too much yellow in it. We want to get rid of the yellow. The opposite on this color wheel, this is a color wheel. The opposite from the yellow is purple. So if you put a little purple with it, it will turn it back to gray. Now let's say that it had too much red in it. You didn't want it that red. Then you put a little green in it and it turns it back to gray again. Now I know what happens here. I can see that that's greener than we want. So if you don't want it that green, you put a little red in it, it will turn it to gray again. The idea of the artist is generally recognized for his ability to go to gray. And if you want to paint pastels, you have to go to gray, then add in your colors that you want to get a pastel color. The colors out of the tube are all pure pigments. So we have to learn how to mix the colors, and if you go through this exercise, you won't waste a lot of paint by trying to get a color by adding a lot of different colors. The idea is to take a color out rather than to put a color in. And I hope all of you will sit down and go through that little exercise and learn what you can about how to mix paints. It will help you a lot. Well, we're going to do a little semi-abstracted style of painting that I happen to like. I enjoy painting them, and I love one of the end products. And I assume you selected that because you like this too. So I'll show you kind of how I do it. And we'll get right into it. I'm using Naples yellow and a little white. So my background is kind of a yellow-white tone. And I'm simply going to paint the entire canvas with that tone. See, I need a little more white here. I hope you like my Dixieland jazz music. That's one of my favorite bands. Uptown Lowdown from Seattle. And they were kind of delighted when I told them I'd like to put their music on my videos. And I'm delighted to have them, so Mutual Admiration Society here. I told them I'd give them a little notoriety while we're painting our paintings. If you notice, I could get right with the music there and paint that painting. Now everything is vertical on this picture, and it stays that way. We hardly have any horizontal action to speak of, excepting to start with, I'm going to make a bank. We're going to paint water and a simulation of trees. So we're going to set a little bank way out here like that, come down ever so slightly, and bring a little reflection down. Now I have raw umber as my color of my bank, but I have to admit I put in some Naples yellow and purple in it, and the Naples yellow is my background with white. So it kind of ties the whole thing together a little bit. Now if I restate my bank out here a little bit, will help. We're going to move that uphill now. And out here we're going to make a little cove and come down here with another bank. And this is a vignette. We're going to just float our picture inside the canvas. The name of this song is A Storybook Ball. Cute, cute song. And I think we'll just stop right where we are here with that. And give everything some shade. You remember, if you've seen any of my other tapes, that I like to show dark in first. And then I put color on top of the dark. Now I want to get a little chatter back there to simulate woods. And it's easier for me to pull this down than it is to push it up. So I'm going to turn this upside down for a moment. And I've gone into my paint pile and I've got a lot of paint on my knife. I'm going to hold it very lightly with 2 fingers and not push on it here, but see if I can make this just pull off globs of paint. And I have to admit, that's pretty good. That's just about what I was after here. I think I'm mixing a little quinacridone red and white together. It makes a nice color pink. And draw them. I do the same thing. I get a lot of paint on my knife. And I want to draw that up with a light touch. Yeah, I think we'll take a little deep yellow. And try a little bit of this in here and see what happens. It's on the orange side. It's a nice tone to go with our yellows here. And take a little maple yellow and a little white with it. And this will probably be our focal point. because it's kind of light. I'll turn it back around and put a little land down here. And then see how beautiful we can make that with a little mixture of colors here, and especially the pink. And I think we'll make the whole thing look a little on the grassy side. We'll do that by just picking on the bottom a little bit and going out here and with the fan brush just lift a little of that up to grass. And if we took a little light, and we can use some of our pink, and go across here to make ground. Not too bad. And and show a little realism by getting nervous and shaking a lot. Then we're going to take a point. You can take a nail, the end of your brush. I happen to have a stylus that I'm going to draw up. And that didn't do too well because I'm too light here. So I think I will just up and paint a tree here. Where it's dark, our tree will show up. Where it's light, it will not. So we'll do a few more of these. And a few more with the brush. And my first name is Ardell. So I sign my paintings Ardell, even though we say, have fun painting with Smitty. We painted this in 1999, and we'll put a little copyright sign on it. And there's a little painting that's kind of different than anything you'll ever see. You can use all kinds of colors to do these things with, but the idea is to keep it as simple as you can. It's very easy to overpaint and get more junk on it than you want, and the less junk the better, I think. But have fun painting it, because this is a fun style of painting to do, and I hope you have fun while you're doing it. And good luck on your picture here.
If you enjoyed this painting with Smitty, why not try your hand at another? Order the videos and learn to paint every one of these scenes. Collect the whole set, and you'll be painting for fun with Smitty.